Namo Amitabha Buddha. Hello everyone. So I hope you found the animation interesting and inspiring. So in this video, I feel like talking about the power of giving and how the more we give, the more we will actually gain, and why the practice of giving, cultivating generosity, is really an important practice for all Buddhists and perhaps even for all the beings in this world if we want to live a happier and fulfilled life. So there is no coincidence that in the 6 parameters of the Bodhisattva path, so the 6 perfections, the first is giving or cultivating generosity, also known as dana in the Sanskrit and Pali language. So if we are practicing the Bodhisattva path, the first step is really to practice giving. And by practicing giving, it can really help us expand our heart, expand our mind. It can help us overcome greed, one of the 3 poisons. It can also help us let go of our attachment to material possessions or other kind of attachment, the attachment to the ego identity. So sometimes we may be reluctant to give because we are attached to the ego self. We think this is mine. What is mine? That may prevent us from giving to others. But just remember that at the end of this life, we are not going to bring anything with us except our karma. And this is also relevant to Pure Land practitioners because the more we give, it generates great merit and we can transfer the merit towards seeking rebirth to the Pure Land. And this will also help to increase our level of rebirth. But of course, one is not to be attached to this either when one practices giving. If one can give without any expectation in return, then one's merit will be the greatest. It will be immeasurable. So dana giving can be in any form. And in Mahayana Buddhism, usually we talk about the 3 types of giving, which basically covers all kinds of givings. So the first is to give wealth, but it is not just limited to money. So one can also give in terms of food or clothes, or when we make offering to the Sangha, we can also give robes or donate other material gifts. So if we want to be wealthy in our life, we actually need to practice giving. This may sound a bit counterintuitive at first, but this is really how the law of karma works. The more we give, the more we'll obtain. Think about why some people in this life, they seem to enjoy a lot of material wealth and they don't even seem to need to work. So for people who generally enjoy a lot of wealth in this life, it's most likely that because in their past life they had cultivating generosity. So in this life they are blessed with wealth because karma runs through our lifetimes. And also we see other people, maybe they were born poor, maybe throughout their whole life they're really struggling with money. It's most likely that in their previous life they had not practiced giving. So they did not bring much merit with them into this life to enjoy wealth. So if there is anything that is really fair in this world, it would be the law of karma. And we can change our karma by changing our thoughts and our actions. So it's really important, if you want to be rich in this life, you actually need to give more. And it's best if we give without expectation. So just know that if you believe in the Buddha Dharma, you believe in karma, karma will always come back. The more we give, the more we will gain. And you may have no idea how the money will come back to you, but you just give without expectation, and I guarantee you they will always come back. If not in this life, then definitely also future lifetimes. And I had definitely also experimented this a few times when I really just gave out all the money without even thinking, and it somehow just came back to me after. And it came back to me in even more value than I gave out. Because when I give, I do not think so much about whether I'll get anything in return. So if one can give without expectation, then you will obtain the most. The second form of giving is the giving of Dharma. This is considered the best giving out of all givings. This is highly recommended by the Buddha. If you want to obtain wisdom, then share wisdom, particularly the Buddha Dharma. So I actually feel I gained the most, I learned the most by doing all these videos, because if I want to explain something to others, I need to make sure I first understand it myself. And by doing all these videos, it really forces me to study even more and to deepen my understanding and to not be lazy in my own cultivation. So I'm tremendously grateful for the opportunity to be able to study the Buddha Dharma with all of you. And I also feel I learned a lot from all of you here. And also when we give, we really feel the joyous. I don't know about you, but I know when I give, I feel the most joyous. I feel this is like the meaning, the purpose of my life. Is just to give without expectation, and particularly the gift of Dharma. And the third form of giving is called the fearless giving. So what does this mean is that if you can bring comfort to other people or other beings who are in fear or distress. For instance, if someone is sick, then you can give medicine to them or donate money for their medical expense, or you can donate money to save animals, or you can just help the animals who are scared. In any way, this is also called the fearless giving. Or being a vegetarian or vegan is also a great form of giving. So some people ask, are Pure Land Buddhists vegetarians? So in China, a lot of Buddhists adopt a Buddhist plant-based diet, which I'll share another video to talk about this topic specifically, because quite a few people have requested this. So adopting a plant-based diet is not compulsory in Buddhism, especially if you are just at the beginning of your journey. But as we keep practicing and cultivating more compassion towards other sentient beings, this is where we might want to switch to a plant-based diet to not bring harm to other sentient beings. And if one wants to enjoy longevity, you want to have good health, then you can practice fearless giving. So these three types of givings, the more we practice, the more benefits we will obtain in our life. And in the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha also teaches us how we shall practice giving. Subhuti, within this phenomenal world, a bodhisattva should practice giving without abiding in anything. This means that he should give without abiding in form, no sound, smell, taste, touch, or dharmas. If a bodhisattva gives without abiding in any notion whatsoever, then his merit will be immeasurable. So a true bodhisattva really gives without attachment to anything, including the act of giving. One simply just performs the action, and in that way, one's merit is actually the greatest.